Every day, lots of pictures are taken, and it's common to accidentally capture strange things in photos. Get ready to be surprised by these pictures with creepy stories behind them. The last one will leave you speechless. BTK at graduation. Dennis Rader was a respected figure in his community, serving as the president of his church and a Cub Scout leader. In this photo, he appears as a proud family man, celebrating his daughter Carrie's college graduation. However, this seemingly ordinary life took a dark turn when Rader was revealed to be the BTK Strangler, referring to his method of binding, torturing, and killing victims. BTK's emergence had a profound impact on everyone's lives. He targeted women, ominously declaring some as his next victims. Over several decades, this seemingly normal man claimed 10 lives. In 2005, authorities used Carrie Rader's DNA from her college health services tests to connect her father to a crime scene, leading to his arrest. Carrie's DNA was a direct match to evidence left at BTK crime scenes. Rader admitted guilt and received 10 consecutive life sentences. About 14 years after her father's capture, Carrie wrote a book called A Serial Killer's Daughter: My Story of Faith, Love, and Overcoming. She shared her experiences describing the challenging process of separating her memories of her father from the BTK crimes. It served as a cathartic journey to reclaim her father as a person while distancing him from the horrors of BTK. The Space Shuttle Challenger crew. In this photo, the astronauts seem excited and hopeful, although it's not clear where they are headed. After some investigation, it turns out they were leaving the operations and checkout building, heading towards Pad 39B for the Space Shuttle Challenger's launch. The mission had a diverse crew, but unfortunately, it's not remembered for that. Just a minute after liftoff on January 28th, 1986, the Space Shuttle exploded 3.5 seconds into the mission. Challenger's engines stopped working, and the last data from the spacecraft was sent to Earth. It's uncertain when each crew member passed away, but no one survived after the shuttle hit the ocean. Tragedy by the sea. In this photo, you might think it's a romantic scene with a couple at the beach. However, if you take a closer look, the woman looks really upset. Right before the photographer, John L. Gaunt, took the picture, the couple's 19-month-old son was happily playing in their yard. Unfortunately, he wandered off and went into the waves. The couple is standing on the shore, realizing that their son is missing. This photo won the 1950 Pulitzer Prize, and knowing the sad story behind it makes it a powerful image of sudden and unexpected tragedy. Lightning strike. Though the chances of being struck by lightning are not very high, it's essential to take lightning safety seriously. This photograph from 1975 serves as a cautionary tale featuring 18-year-old Michael McQuillan and his 12-year-old brother Sean, playfully posing at Morrow Rock. Their hair stood on end due to static electricity, with ominous storm clouds in the background. Unfortunately, the lighthearted moment turned tragic as lightning struck them shortly after their sister captured the photo. Another hiker lost their life, and although Michael survived, Sean suffered third-degree burns and tragically took his own life in 1989. Christopher McCandless. With a big smile on his face, the man in this photo seems to be waving hello, but he was actually saying goodbye. This cheerful explorer is Christopher McCandless, known from the 2007 movies Into the Wild. He left his old life behind and chose to live in the wilderness, eventually finding shelter in an abandoned Fairbanks, Bus 142. Sadly, in August 1992, at Stampede Trail, Alaska, the 24-year-old McCandless passed away, likely due to starvation. Looking at the last cell photo he took, it's clear that McCandless knew his time was running out. Though it's a bit hard to see, he's holding a piece of paper with a farewell message that says, "I have had a happy life, and thank the Lord. Goodbye, and may God bless all." Apollo 1 pool party. In this strange photo, astronauts Gus Grissom, Ed White, and Roger B. Chaffee are floating in a swimming pool. wearing their spacesuits. It might seem funny, but there's a sad story behind it. They were practicing for the Apollo 1 mission in 1967, but on January 27th that year, there was a fire during a test before the launch. The astronauts couldn't open the hatch, and they died because of electrical problems. So the mission never happened. The place where it went wrong is now a memorial. Gus Grissom and Roger B. Chaffee are buried at Arlington National Cemetery, and Ed White is at West Point Military Academy. Mark Jackson's basketball card. For dedicated sports enthusiasts, you'll easily recognize the player featured in this basketball card as Mark Jackson, known for his NBA career with the New York Knicks, and later as the coach of the Golden State Warriors. Initially, this card might seem like just another addition to your collection. However, if you take a closer look at the lower left-hand corner, you'll notice two young fans sitting in the front row. These are Lyle and Eric Menendez, wealthy brothers who, on August 20, 1989, tragically ended the lives of their parents, alleging abuse. The happy, creepy killer. Looking at this photo, the wide-eyed kid might seem harmless without any background information. However, once you know the whole story, that innocent smile turns into something more unsettling. Meet Jeffrey Franklin, a 17-year-old with curly hair who tragically killed his parents and attacked his 3 siblings. After a car chase, authorities cornered Franklin at a dead end, and this picture captures him in the back of a police vehicle. Strangely, he doesn't seem particularly upset about the terrible things he did or the consequences he's about to face behind bars. Franklin claimed that he felt like an evil being had taken over him. He pleaded guilty and was given 3 consecutive life sentences. Tyler Hadley and the Red Solo Cup. In this photo, 17-year-old Tyler Hadley is seen raising a red Solo Cup just hours after a tragic incident. Before this picture, he had taken 3 ecstasy pills and attacked his parents with a hammer, ending their lives. After cleaning up the scene, he posted on Facebook about throwing a party that night. At the party, he confided in his best friend, Michael Mandel, about the terrible things he had done. Mandel, initially in disbelief, eventually discovered signs of blood and took this picture with Hadley, knowing it might be their last meeting. Leaving the party, Mandel hid the pills Hadley intended to use for suicide and reported the crime to Crime Stoppers. This led to Hadley's arrest, and he received a life sentence without parole. Mandel reflected on the pain and worry he experienced for nearly 3 years, finally easing with the court's decision. Bear photographer. This photo might seem like any other bear picture, taken from a safe distance without the bear charging. When Darsh Patel took this photo with his phone, everything seemed fine, but then the bear started following him and his friends. As the bear got closer, the group split up, and the bear focused on Patel. Unfortunately, Patel's phone was later found with bite marks, and his body was discovered in a nearby ravine. What started as a pleasant Sunday afternoon for 5 hikers turned into a nightmare encounter with a 300-pound black bear, similar to the one in the photo. The bear stayed near Patel's fatally injured body, prompting authorities to take action and remove the wild animal.